Good morning, everybody. So it's been a while since I made any videos. Been real busy. You guys know there's been a whole bunch of stuff that's been going on. A lot of instability. I had my parents come over to help, not to help, but to visit. And they left, and as soon as they left, all this stuff happened, But today seems a bit peaceful, and we haven't heard any bad news. So took my kids out here. We're just here at the Kapingpui River reservoir. So behind me is the reservoir right here. And a few months ago, I did a video, and I was standing in the middle of where the water is flowing. And like I said, during the dry season, there isn't any water. So you can see right now, it's flowing, and it's going out into the farmlands right now. And people are out in their farmland using that water to grow their crops. And there's a couple here behind me, husband, wife, and one son. They're fishing, And yeah, the past few weeks when my parents were here, I was taking them around to, just to entertain them, and they just want to see their old village, and have reflections and memories of what their childhood was like. So I took them around, and while I took them around, they'd tell me stories about different places and what they were experiencing during the Khmer Rouge time, right? So my dad, there's another dam up more, and he helped build it during the Khmer Rouge time. And there's a lot of Khmer blood that spilled and died building this reservoir. So, all right, guys, it's Monday right now. I was trying to make a video yesterday, big boy, but my son started fussing. He wanted to go back home. Eric, he's the older twin, and he doesn't like being in a dirty place. There's a lot of mud everywhere, so he was like, "Daddy, let's go home. I don't want to be here anymore." So he's over there in the sandbox right now. We're at a public school. So yeah, school's running, is operating as normal here. Kids are playing, it's recess time. So while my kids are playing, I just wanted to make a quick video. I can't do much if I have them around me, and they'll bother me, They'll ask for this, ask for that. They want to go home. They're needy. That's the problem. So having them out here playing in the sandbox is pretty. It's giving me some time to just do what I need to do. I have a lot of stuff to say. I have a lot of stuff to talk about because of what's going on, with the border clash. So yesterday I was talking about my parents and them visiting here. While they were visiting, they were going through a lot of their memories of what they had to experience during the Khmer Rouge, And when they were telling me about different areas and what they witnessed, like my mom, she was saying that the Kapingpui area, she was forced to walk from her village because the Khmer Rouge, what they did was they forced people to work. And by forcing people to work, they had to round people up like cattle and force them to walk. So you can imagine from here to my mom's village is about 2.5 hours drive. That's in a car. So she did she took the long route, and she went around the other way of the city instead of coming towards Phnom Penh, which is a shorter route. But it took her 3 days walking. And they forced all those people to walk to work on the Kapingpui, to dig by hand, human labor. And then my dad, he worked on one of the dams, the second dam of Kapingpui. He did that while he was younger. And at that time when they were doing all that, they were still, they weren't married yet. They were young. They were in their 20s, real young. And my dad said that once the Vietnamese came in, they defeated the Khmer Rouge and everything, you know, there was no more genocide, but there was still, you know, like a lot of violence going on, you know. And my parents were telling me about how they got married. When they got married, it was just like a pig that wasn't even fully grown yet that was used for the wedding, and they were still wearing black. They didn't have any clothes to wear, so the black clothes is what the Khmer Rouge forced everybody to wear during their time. So when my parents got married, they were still wearing black, and that just really hit me, you know, when I heard them talking about that. I was like, my goodness, that's really bad, you know. And while I'm driving them around throughout the city and stuff, they see like homeless people begging and asking for money because they want to be on camera. Hello, hello. And so they were talking about the homeless people, right? There's a lady pushing her kids, collecting cans. You know, they had like a stroller, and there were cans in the stroller, right? And my parents were like, man, she's in a bad situation, right? But then my dad was like, we had it worse than her, you know? Like even a homeless person these days who has to collect cans and beg for food didn't have it as bad as they did, because during the Khmer Rouge time there was nothing to eat and you couldn't beg for food. You had to eat whatever they gave you, and that was basically porridge, watered down porridge, and that was it, you know. So I was like, man, that's crazy, you know, because they used to tell me those stories all the time when I was younger, but it never really hit me, you know, till now. And they went back last week, right? They went back on Monday of last week. You know, it was on Thursday or something like that. 2 weeks ago they went back. 1 week later, the border clash happens. And when the border clash happened, you know, I was like, okay, it's just at the border. We don't have anything to worry about, you know. And now it's spreading out all over different provinces, all along the border. And it makes you wonder, right? Like, are they staying at the border or are they going to move forward? You know? So we look at this school right here. We see the calm. We see the kids, you know, they're playing. They're going to school right now. But all along the border, classes have been canceled. People have been displaced. And they don't know when they're going to go back home. And I just think to myself, like, you know, what if it spreads and it comes here, you know? What do? You know, we have no choice but to run, just like they did. All right, guys, that's it for now. I have more videos later. All right. You man, you man. Hey, Moy. The rice fields, so wide, open, peaceful, beautiful. Crazy to think that up that way, past those mountains, about 2 hours, there's a war going on. Military's fighting and people are dying. Here with my kids for some air. Trying to document everything in case everything does get crazy. Who knows what could happen tomorrow. This is my place where I come to find peace. No drama, no fighting, no arguing. the fields, nature. Farmers going out to work on their farmland, just trying to figure out how to live, trying to survive. Canal is flowing with water. The crop growing season is right now, so they can't just leave their crops. They have to grow, they have to work. There's no excuse. So everybody's going out right now to pump water into their fields. Even though there's a war, everybody has to continue taking care of their crops. It's nice and fresh out here. Love it out here.